All right, guys, we're just a few days away from PFL 2019 Week 4. And guess what? It's the welterweights, which you all know is one of my favorite divisions because it's deep no matter where you go. And the PFL is coming really, really strong. Your main event this week is Chris Curtis versus Magomed Magomedkerimov. Karimov's the winner of Season 1. He's a millionaire, by the way. Hit him up for a loan. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, this is going to be I don't want to say grappler versus strike, all that stuff. But from what I've seen is Karimov really, really wants to grab a hold of your neck. He's been guillotining people. And, of course, Chris Curtis, he was on our show recently here in studio. And that guy wants to hit you, man. He wants to strike with you. Now, who's going to impose their will? I don't know, but I think I have an idea. However, we'll start off with Dan Tom. Dan, we can't quote you any odds on this fight just yet. But we just know that they're pretty good welterweights, that's for sure.
I mean, I can venture a guess. I'll be full disclosure. I didn't do my full comb of the analysis for this. But the good news about PFL, guys, is you really don't have to. The stories write themselves, and in my opinion, are some of the most entertaining stories in MMA because of the format, the season, and playoff structure. So you're good there. But as far as techniques go, I mean, really, Magomedkerimov, or Magomed Magomedkerimov.
That's a good one.
A lot of Magomedkerimov that are projected to win, right? No. But in all seriousness, he can really do it all. He's very technical. Like George said, we saw his counter wrestling in the sense of a guillotine, but and perhaps again, I don't want to speak too much because I'm sure he has these skills that he's used in previous fights. But looking at relevant fights, we got to see if he can use the offensive takedowns because Chris, the Action Man Curtis, I really like him a lot. But on paper, if you're going to attack him, you definitely don't want to strike with this guy. He's a right-handed southpaw. I'm a little bit biased toward those guys, which is kind of portending to an upset pick. I'm going to take Chris Curtis because I don't know odds, guys, but I guarantee you, how do you not favor the defending welterweight, I don't want to say champion, but welterweight winner, let's see, from last season. So I think Chris Curtis is going to be the underdog, but I think he's got a deceptive style, man. I really liked what I saw from Contender Series. I like what we saw so far from him in the PFL. Give me Chris Curtis.
Okay. Goes, who do you like in this one? You got the champ from Season 1 or Chris Curtis, who, like Dan said, he's done Dana White Contender Series. He's been in this game for a while. He's slowly approaching 30 fights himself. So he's actually got just as much experience.
I thought I was your little brother. I'm going to be his little brother because I'm going to agree with the big brother over here. Like, dude, that makes total... I thought I was going to surprise everyone, but you're right. It's his style. A stick and move style, if he can kind of tone it down a little bit, I think we'll actually catch Magomedkerimov by surprise. I really think it will kind of mess with him a little bit, and he's got that type of skill set to really do it. So I'm gonna go with the upset too.
You going with Chris Curtis, huh?
Yeah.
Oof.
Now, granted, if he gets him down early, maybe he can sap some of that energy.
Magomedkerimov,
but he's gonna be a beast. Like, they're both very, very well rounded. It's a great main event.
Magomedkerimov, Season 1 winner. A lot of the guys at PFL tell me that he might be their best fighter overall. Mm-hmm. Chris Curtis I just love the athleticism, the firepower that he has. I don't know what I was thinking as well. And then that's not because he was here. It's just that I feel like he really does have the tools to win this fight. So I'm going to go with Chris Curtis. However, I would not be surprised if he also got submitted either. I'm going to go with Chris Curtis. I'm not going to straddle the fence. I'm just going to go with Chris Curtis to win this fight. And I'm going to predict the finish on either side, but I think Chris Curtis gets him in round 2.
So it doesn't go to the judges at all?
It doesn't go to the judges, man. This is going to be a great main event. And I could see these guys possibly fighting in the fall as well. So you'll have to tune in to ESPN2 on Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern start time for PFL 2019, Week 4. Chris Curtis versus Magomedkerimov. We're the MMA Junkie Radio team. Catch us Monday through Friday at 8 Eastern on SiriusXM Channel 156.